Right, we're all up and running by the looks of it. How we ducks? Let's just slide that over. If the dog moves, the dog moves. We'll deal with it if and when we get some time. As we're speedrunning today, hands will be busy. We'll be all over this. Let me make sure I've got gamepad viewer. Koudelka's up. Got all my chat so I can see. It might just take me a minute or two. In fact, before we do any of that, actually, let's close those. Don't worry about it. Don't know if I just muck that up, but who cares? I wanted to just chuck quick polls up on YouTube. Yes, no, yeah. Okay. That's all up. Let me just refresh that. Yeah, there we go. I can see it now. Don't see it anymore. Let's get the live splits back up. Unfortunately for me, I have to reformat these real quick. Let's load this up. Actually, that one's not too bad. I just need to chunk him out a bit. And that one is not correct. So weirdly, I've got two sets of live split running at the same time. Hey, Kennedy likes Dandy Sword a lot. How are you doing, pal? Oh. I'll be getting started in literally a few. But get a little bit bigger. Oh. Let me just sort this camera out. That's all it is. It's cropped too much. There he is. Look at that silly snoot. And oh, you're a new person. Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Just got back off a walk with Biscuit. He's being a little whinge bag at the minute. For no other reason than he either is hungry, which isn't true. He's not hungry. He just wants treats. Um, he's got food in his bowl. He's always got food down. Or he just wants me to rub his belly, but he gets a little bit obsessive with it sometimes. Right, am I good to go? Let's move these over to in front of the game so I can see. Let me double check that my touchpad still starts, which it does. R resets. Happy days. And then I need to make sure that the gamepad viewer is up. So the inputs are being shown. Hey. Lovely. Because if nothing else, I'm not great at speedrunning this game, but I do absolutely love it. I've played it casually many times over the years. And Ah, thanks very much. He's beautiful. He gets me a lot of attention when we're out and about, don't we? Eh? That's sound. Here we go. Yeah, he's sometimes the attention we get is good, sometimes it's bad, but for the most part, when people do interact with him, it's because they love him. He's beautiful, he loves people. Not great with other dogs. Bit iffy here and there, but he got into a couple of scuffles before we got him. We rescued him when he was about 3.5. So, let's get ready to rumble. Right, it's been a few weeks, but I think I've got this down. Let's go. About 10 seconds, we skip a first cutscene. 9, 10, yeah, play. And we're looking for high damage rolls. High damage rolls are close to 100. Above 100 is great. 90 is not bad. And we escape because it's quicker than going down to wait. This is fastest movement. That's brilliant. I get 2 shots off now, and if they're good damage, he's dead. Oh no, I only get 1. Really tired though. What time for you? What time is it for you? I mean, it's 9:10 for me. Early morning. Oh, that was really bad damage. But it's no dramas. Still goes down. Dried food. Dried food is... Oh. Right. Give me a minute. Let me reacquaint myself with the controls, because I've been playing Pokemon Platinum 4:12 AM. Oh, East Coast is that? East Coast America. In fact, what I can do, I'll reset this. Completely flubbed it at first. I need to sort my movement out. I might be wrong with the East Coast thing, because our time zone moves. East Coast, I think, I don't know actually. I know that like some parts of Australia don't do time zones. And then other parts do. Config. Can I switch circle to run? Yeah, let's do that, and then I'll triangle menu. To be fair, it's probably easier on my fingers to do it that way anyway. Yeah, it stayed the same, that sound. Let's go again. I didn't get my chat loaded up either. I'm gonna flub this run in about 4 minutes anyway, so 70 damage is not good. No, I can't do that. The Circle X to get out changes, and that's too ingrained in me. I'm just gonna have to remember triangle is to run. Let's get the stream chat up on screen. Oh, actually, what I could do is a little minor shuffle around. That's these two. Chat. Yeah, I want chat up there in the top right. What about for this one? Do we even have chat on here? I don't think I do I? Let's gamepad. No, I don't have chat on the... In fact, I could always do that. Let's do that real quick. Oh, I've got a minute. Add source. Sound just went a bit wonky for a minute. This one. There it is. Let's put the chart. Look at you, Bizzle. Oh, Jesus. Nearly knocked the table over. Just sprawling out. Just put the thing further away from me, but I've got my mouse in rather than touch, but I hate the fucking trackpads on laptops. How awful. Right, we're ready this time. Gamepad viewer's still locked in. I kept having issues with that last time I was streaming that. Grab a drink. It's not for you, Bizzo, it's a strawberry monster. Look. Stretching out. Oops. Right, we're nearly ready. Nearly ready. Crack this can. ASMR fans. Apparently you like that, didn't you? Right, do I need to change this back? What breed of dog is he? He's a puppy German Shepherd and a pug. He's a Staffy cross, but we don't know what he's crossed with. Yeah, that's better. Triangle is run. Just have to get used to it. So yeah, we think he's crossed with some kind of Mastiff or something like that. He's a big lad. So he's not like a proper Staffordshire Bull Terrier, because they're only like, 15 kilos. He's double that. He's 30 kilos. I call him fat, but he's not. Whenever we go to the vets, they give him a clean bill of health. Hey, you cute boy. Came for PK, stay for the shy guy. Nice one, Joshy. But I think we're on a mid run. Yeah, no worries at all, Kennedy. You crack on. I appreciate you dropping in, even if it is just for 5. Nice one. I appreciate the sub, buddy. This is pretty slow. He only walked once, which means he might try and get closer again. Oh, bad damage again on the last shot. Never seen this game in your life. What's the premise? So, the premise here is that she is a gypsy lady who has psychic powers, and she has been drawn to an old monastery in Wales. This is Halloween in like 1898, I think it is. That is absolutely wrong. Flub those buttons. So, yeah, she's been drawn here by that Edward, the guy who was just on the deck there. This is not going to be a good run. Let me get used to the buttons. Edward, the dude on the deck just there, he was nearly killed by that monster. He came here looking for treasure. He's trying to rob the place. I'll see you later, Kennedy. So Koudelka's been drawn here by some kind of spirit that's asking for help. Edward's come here to rob the place. There's another guy who's got his own personal reasons for being here. It gets very convoluted. There's some twists and turns along the story, but we'll go through it as we get there, because I can't focus on two things at once. This run won't go anywhere. I'm already well behind. But if we get a good fire weapon... So yeah, Koudelka came here to try and appease the sad spirit that's calling out to her. Koudelka's had a very troubled life. Outcast in her own Romany society for her psychic powers. She foresaw her dad's death when she was like 8 or something like that. These weapons are terrible. I'll go air hammer just for now. But again, this is not going to go any further than another few minutes. I just want to get my fingers on the buttons again. If Joshy, this game is older than you. It's a PS1 game. Came out in about 2000. And it's a cool like RPG style game. Oh, I completely forgot to move everyone around. Just get a feel for things. Yeah, that's fine. Oh. We're poisoned from that. This won't do any damage because we're so far away. 28, look at that. Useless. Right, let's restart this. Restart that. This game is really like cool and unique casually. I really love playing this as a kid and as an adult. Yeah, gamepad viewers sound. Everything's good. Let's go. Let me skip that first cutscene. So that cutscene is Koudelka sneaking into this monastery in Wales through the top window. She slips on the roof. That was bad. And loses her necklace, which is important later. But for now, she climbs in the window, sees this monster coming for her, and Edward on the deck, bloody and battered. He chucks her a pistol and says, "Hey, use this." It's again another bad start. I shouldn't be getting 4-shot starts this often, really. Maybe it's better I use all my bad luck on the Koudelka speedruns and save the good luck for the Pokemon. Okay. Back in the mode. 1:47:40 is my fastest time. I didn't get that live. I got that privately while I was just recording. I was actually just practicing and I got a really good time. But then a few days later I streamed and got a 1:47:52. And the world record is like half an hour faster than my time. 98, that's much better. Hit me. Yes. That's much faster than casting magic, and I think that also gives me 2 shots now, rather than having to wait another turn for a... Yeah, there we go. That's the fastest way to finish him. That's what we're looking for. You can kill him in 2 shots, but the RNG rolls are mental. Cheese, Gromit. Cheese. Right, we pick Edward up. So he's dying on the floor. She uses her magic powers to heal him from whatever grievous wounds the werewolf... That's what it's called in the game files, I think, or something. It does not look like a werewolf. Get in there. Get down the stairs. She is very finicky with stairs as well. There's a proper knack to getting down them. And I'm a little bit out of practice. It's been a few weeks. These two are the caretakers of this monastery. They look after the place, they keep it clean and tidy. It's an old, worn-down monastery. You'll come to find why they are probably not the best caretakers. They are not very good at their job. We haven't seen the depths of it just yet. The fact that there's a werewolf up in the Lost probably doesn't say good things about how much they pay attention to what's around them. It wasn't exactly quiet. It was causing all sorts of fucking chaos when we were fighting it. Down here, as we go down these stairs. I have no idea what takes us this way. That wasn't supposed to happen. That's a bit of a time loss. Get the hammer. There's something about the frame rate that's just really odd about this game. I need to equip on Edward. We'll equip the Earth Hammer. Earth is fine. And then we need to move them. So we'll put Koudelka up here, Edward up here. Neither of them should get knocked back. So when you are fighting enemies, they can knock you back on occasion. You can knock them back too. With physical attacks or magic. It happens much more often with physical attacks, I've found. But if you get knocked back, you have to waste time getting further forward, because even with magic, you do more damage the closer you are to the enemy. And with melee weapons, like a hammer, you have to run up and bosh them on the head. Or the stem, or whatever you'd call that. It's a little moment of respite here, where we get at least 2 magic attacks in a row. Probably 3. I honestly believe this is exactly the same as a Pokemon speed tie, because sometimes Edward goes next, like this, and sometimes the flower gets a go. But this time it was Edward. Flare. And this hammer attack and the flare should kill. Have to skip his turn. Every character gets 2 bits to do with it. They can move and you do an action. If you do both, it automatically ends your turn. If you only do one and you don't want to move, which we don't do quite very often because we're trying to go fast, and if there's no need to move, we don't want to. Agility and dex. Wrong button. Losing all the time I've saved. This is James. He's here for his own reasons, nothing to do with spirits calling him, nothing to do with robbing the place. He's a priest. And he's actually looking for some people. Looking for a guy called Patrick and his wife, Elaine. He knows them from way back when. They used to all have good little, like, Oxford friendship. I think they went to Oxford. They went to, like, Oxford or Cambridge. Oh, I didn't nip the encounter there. I didn't mean to wait, I meant to run. Yeah, so James is friends with the guy who owns the monastery, I think. I don't know if he owns the monastery or like the side of the monastery, the granny annex on the side or whatever. But we're running through. You will find a lot of paintings of, I don't know if it's an actual cruise ship, but I think it's a sister ship to the Titanic, or that's what the game frames it as, something like that. That also sunk, and there are the old man downstairs, for some reason, paints pictures of the boat sinking over and over and over again. We will find those pictures in a bit. We'll ignore them. There is a cutscene you can have by inspecting them, but it's optional, so we ignore it. Okay. So we want to use magic, fortify strength on Edward. I want Edward to move up into the middle and just wait. We want it to fortify his strength and maybe his dex first. It depends how slow James is. Fortify dex on Edward. This is an earth hammer, so this should kill. Oh, not quite. The enemy design's right. Yeah, the enemies in this are mental. So yeah, it's a horror game, despite the fact that we are based in a church. Some of the designs are funky. I really like some of the monsters. Some of them are absolute naff. Koudelka's silenced. I don't know what these are supposed to be. I think their actual name is called the Seeker Trio, but I just call them the Gems because that's what I called them as a kid. But there's a lot more than meets the eye in this old abandoned church. It's been abandoned by everything, God included. You attack the green one. Yes, beautiful. That's how close it was to being killed. Now this should two-shot. So first one, bonk. I didn't need to do that, that's just wasting time. Although it has pushed it back, which might help me out. Also, if he low rolls this, that'll be... Oh, no, he high rolled it anyway. He's casting his spell. People don't reset for the 2-shot RNG. Sorry, I've only just seen your messages, dude. I'm like half concentrating. So no, nobody resets for the 2-shot. Nobody even really resets for the 3-shot. It's not worth it in the long run because it's only a couple of seconds. Over a 2-hour speed run, what's a couple of seconds really? Yeah, the RNG in this game as well is absolutely wild. Do you think Pokemon's odd? This is completely backwards. There's some really weird quirks in the RNG for this game. No, don't do the cheese. Just wait. But yeah, the tasks that Reverve put out pretty recently, that was on slow load speed because he was using a PS1 rather than a PS2. So I'm using an emulator because I don't have NTSC, which is the fastest version. There we go. Yeah, that was about an hour and 10 minutes, I think. I'm just going to put Vitality for now. I feel like that works out better in this next fight. We can get through it faster. So what we do now, we equip Koudelka with the knife we found behind the picture. We also equip her with the ring that we just got from that fight, which will bump her stats all the way up. Her intelligence is not high enough. We will give him the air tabar because it will slow him down. We will keep him with the earth hammer and just not use it. Koudelka can heal herself and then flub that. Items to Listel on herself. She won't have enough MP to cast any spells against this next bitch. Now there's a cutscene here where Koudelka says she can feel some spirits. She tries to communicate with them, and it's a little bit Exorcist, where she starts talking through the ghost starts talking through her, and she's like, "They cut off my fingers, they crushed my legs." It's brutal. Tornado. We wait. She'll go first because we didn't move. We get to move a little bit sooner. That's perfect. That'll be enough for a 2-shot. So as long as she doesn't get, she may get silenced by this spell. But we got Panacea from the werewolf, which is rare, but good. It's faster. So if she got paralyzed, silenced, which I don't think she did. Nope. So of course. And that's it. She should kill with this now. Oh my lord. No, you can't make it. This won't do a lot, but it should hopefully do enough. Nope. This is a bit slow. Oh, she would have done a spell would have been slower, so that's it. That was a really slow mummy fight, really slow. But the ring I got didn't give me enough speed. Let's Koudelka the only one that can use magic? No. The good thing about this game is that everyone can use everything. My agility and intelligence are one lower than I'd like. Agility up. Dex and vitality. And then you go agility and we switch your weapon over again now. So we've got another ring. Everyone can use magic. You can level everyone up however you like. Koudelka has a natural, like an early boost, but it's not a lot. Like, it's not a lot at all. It's a couple of points. Don't want to forget the rope ladder and do the walk of shame. And then we want him to come up here. Through here, so there's can you bin off Edward and James for other party members? No, these are the only 3 party members. At a certain point later down the line, we get separated and we do run around as Koudelka on our own for a bit. So we have to set up some skill points for that so that we don't get smushed. Because she is naturally very squishy, because we bump all of her stats into magic to annihilate anything that wants to try and come near us. But on top of the normal levels up, you also get levels up with weapon types and with magic. So when we go over here, so we'll take one step forward to the left. I don't think Edward will be fast enough to go first. Flare on Koudelka. Oh, he is. Now we walk up, get in front, and we smush her in the face. Hopefully she doesn't go... Yeah, she gets flying back. Now Koudelka should set her on fire and kill. He runs over there. I don't know why he does that, but he only does that if you move Koudelka up into the right one space. I'm going to use Fortify Vitality on him. Because he'll get in the way of us hitting Edward. And then I think we can probably kill him off with one... Right, we don't want Edward to get knocked back either, so let's step in front. That's fine. Koudelka died before she got to use her spell, which is important, because using spells is very slow. See, when he falls over like that, it means he would have been knocked backwards. But because we put James in the way, he's got nowhere to go. Step over here, so he's out of the way. Nope. Nearly muffed it. Right, we step forward 1. It's the closer you are, the more damage you do. And we will ensure that James dies. Bonk. Let's wait. This should kill James, I hope. It didn't. So actually, right, let's reset. My stats weren't great. So the reason why my agility and my intelligence were one lower than they needed to be is because the items you get, some of them are fixed. So the rings I got after I killed... When you kill those 3 gems, you get an axe, a rapier, and a ring. There's no need for the rapier. The rapier is pointless. The axe we use a few times to boost people's health and to slow down their movement, because it gives you loads of vitality, but drops your agility. And then the ring we always give to Koudelka to start with, because it boosts all of her magic stats, so intelligence, piety, and mind. Intelligence and mind work together to calculate damage, and piety is her MP counter and also her magic defense. The more piety you have, the more MP you have, but also the more you can take from magic attacks, because they'll do less damage. Similar thing with strength. You've got strength and dexterity, which work hand in hand to be like damage versus accuracy. You need to keep them within a certain range to make sure that you do consistent damage. And then vitality is your HP. Right, new game, let's go. Oh, that was a silly face. Is there a way to try to get better items, or is it luck of the draw? So it really is luck of the draw. There's sometimes... So this first boss battle, the items you get are purely consumable items. What we want is either high potions, not as important, but Panacea is the one we want the most. That cures any status effect. It's essentially Remedy from Final Fantasy, or Full Heal in Pokemon. But for the other bosses, some of them drop weapons and some of them drop items. And all we really want is the best of the random rolls. So the weapons that they give you can be between X amount of stats versus X amount of stats. Red there is not bad, it's just not good. Red doesn't heal a lot. Biscuit, do you have to, mate? There's a few items that we get from a few of the bosses called, they'll all say icons. So there's the icon's earrings, the icon's necklace, the icon's ring, and the icon's crown. They are literally just quest items for later on. We have to stick them all on some statues to open the door. Oh, so you can also randomly get items from enemies, just random RNG enemies, but the drop rates are abysmal. I reckon like maybe 80% of the time you'll get nothing at all. And then the other 20% of the time it's the other 10% of the time you'll get an item that you don't need, and the other 10% of the time you'll get what you want. So later on, just in about 10 minutes into disc 2, we do a little grind sesh for a set of armor. First off, the RNG for getting the enemy that you want is a bit of a nightmare. And then on top of that, what have we got? Oh, those weapons are shit. Can't fight the monster with them. Let me do a swap. I'll swap these around. Put my OBS up there. And then I'll have a better idea. I'll be able to see the chat's coming in a bit quicker. Does the armor go on Koudelka because she's squishy? Yes. The armor has to go on Koudelka because A, she's squishy, but because she does that section on her own, she needs to have a certain vitality threshold, and it's quite a lot. You can grind for it, but you waste a lot of time just grinding pointless battles. Can we move this round, Bizzle? We get your pretty face. There we go. Okay. Should I get you a treat? Let's get you a treat. Yeah, so the armor goes on Koudelka because she's squishy. Now, there is another monster that drops a different kind of armor. I think it has like 3 levels. All the armor has like tiers. After we fight the plant, on the way back up the stairs, there's a battle around there, and you can get this blue blobby dude. Blue blobby dude can drop ranks, which are like robes. And the robes are essentially like armor, but they don't do vitality, they do piety. So we give those to Edward to bump up. We don't need his MP, but it gives him more magic defense, because when he does get targeted by bosses for spells, he takes hits. There you go. Good boy. Is that nice? There we go. Slide those over there. Grab me joypad. And that's all still up. Lovely. So I will be a little bit more responsive to your messages now. I've just shuffled some shit around and now it's a lot easier to see. And let's go. No, again, we're blasting him. 76 damage is not good. This thing has 255 HP. So 76 damage 3 times. Won't do it. Just. The most important RNG check is that armor check, I think. Getting that armor, getting the right battle first time, and getting the armor you need first time is awful. See, this is 4 shots again. Just got pretty bad luck today. If you do go back and watch the VODs from last night in the Platinum Kaizo, I got close to Rourke again. So close. I was sure I was doing it and flubbed it. Game's fuming, you abandoned it for PK, yeah. Get through the door. I feel like I've been playing so much Plat Kaizo that I need to take a break, because I'm starting to get a bit... It's rolling round in my mind too much, and it's taking up normal daytime thoughts, and it shouldn't be. I've got normal day-to-day shit to get on with. Every death in my box will build a smarter line. Was that P-Chow? So in that cutscene there, I don't even think I mentioned it before. Oh, Cold Brew. Guy did a song for P-Chow's song contest. Oh, 5 Death Rock. Yeah, he performed that live recently, didn't he? I saw. That cutscene just there. So Edward and Koudelka get up the stairs, and because the old couple offered us food, and Koudelka refused, and Edward just tucked in because he's a greedy cunt. But he comes upstairs and he's like, "You were so fucking rude. Why didn't you take the food?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I would have had some if they didn't poison it." And he's like, "What are you talking about? I didn't equip him with the weapon. I didn't change the formation." Well done. Yeah, the old couple offered us some stew, and when Koudelka didn't take it, Edward called her rude. And he gets upstairs, she's like, "Yeah, if they didn't poison it, I'd have got on with it." And he's like, "What?" And then he starts violently retching, and she has to use her magic to heal him again. So twice in the space of, like, the first 3 minutes of the speedrun, She has rescued him from near death. But that doesn't mean we don't love our lovable rogue. Got to remember though, this is like 1896, so I think a lot more buildings look as creepy as this one. Oh, I hadn't reset the timer. Oh lord, I've only just noticed how bad the widescreen, the vertical one is. Why is that so massive? There you go, you can actually see it on the small screen now. God almighty. Right. Timer ready. Gladiator ready. 3, 2, 1, go! I won't put my shoes on, I just had an itchy foot. .92 and a pushback, so I say the knockbacks can be good and bad. On the first shot here, a knockback is pretty bad because it usually forces him to use his magic, which is very slow. If you don't knock him back with the first shot, he has a chance to walk forward twice and physically attack you, which is the fastest, because then you get your first shot off, he walks forward twice and hits you, and then you get 2 more shots, one after the other, uninterrupted. When he does this, I'll get 1 shot, then because of the way that the turn battle works, he'll get to walk forward again now. Oh no. Maybe not. Was that the 4th shot? I was so busy trying to like explain. I got Listel, so I don't need to pick up. Listel is just an MP recovery. You do need one after the gems fight, and we pick one up on the way. It's not even out of the way, but it is like a couple of seconds to pick it up. We shouldn't have to do that now. We are still without Panacea though. That's better. Yeah, if you think this build is creepy now, I mean, we went through the room earlier, I just didn't point it out. We went through a room that used to be a jail cell and is now just corpse storage, and it is wall-to-wall bodies. Like, the wall has the whole room has a border of corpses. Quite far off pace here, but I think in my PB, I got the armor on the 2nd or 3rd fight. There's a lot of time that can be saved between the angry chicken legs and the tentacle tron. Barium must be a recent concept then. Do you know, I have the amount of bodies that are here, the church wouldn't have enough grounds. See, it didn't used to just be a church, it used to be a prison, and they used to torture people here. So it is an absolutely fire hammer. That makes this next boss a breeze. Let me move my people, because otherwise I won't get there quick enough. So this first boss, obviously being a giant plant, is weak to fire. So if one of the first 2 weapons is fire, you are in business, because you can batter this. It should take 2 hits and 1 fire spell, rather than 3 hits and 2 fire spells. I didn't actually check the strength numbers on it. This game is also very quiet, there's not much music. 382 is a very low roll for a fire hammer. should be hitting closer to 500, and this thing has just over 1000 HP. The entry to this battle looks like DMT simulators you see on YouTube. All of them, absolutely all of them. They're this weird superliminal space where there's just a ground texture and nothing around you. And everything's like this, every single battle. I can't think of one with a background. There we go, and he's deadlocked. So, saved all that time. Now the issue we have here is that the gems are all allocated. Oh, he's 36 strength, so that's perfect. The gems are all allocated elements. So the red one is fire, the blue one is water, and the green one is air. Fire and water oppose each other, air and earth oppose each other, light and dark oppose each other. Most things are light based, so if you hit them with a light weapon you'll heal them. Except for very obviously undead things like zombies. Skeletons sometimes are classed as undead and sometimes take damage from light weapons, sometimes they don't. It's odd. Right, we hugged the wall to avoid the encounter there. Oh, there is a way you can get up those stairs. He's gonna shoot me. I fucking knew it. This guy shoots you. He shoots Koudelka because he always goes first. And he does about 70 odd damage. It's not a problem, but it means I've got a menu and healer before the next fight. Otherwise the gems will kill her with magic. Escape. 1. Edward is very physically offensive during this speedrun. And James spends the first disc doing nothing. That bloke was... So he stands on the ceiling, which is quite hard to see when there isn't even a wall in the battle arena. He stands on the ceiling, rocks a Colt 22, and takes pops at absolutely anyone who comes near them. Oh, and he has 3 heads as well. Just, you know. It's not his most distinguishing feature, though. The fact that he shoots me every time I see him. Oh, I pressed this. I didn't mean to try and save that. Trying to go back into here to heal Koudelka. And equip him with the Mystic Pipe. I told you, some of the monster designs in this are cool. Some of them are creepy. There's some weird, ugly baby ones later. There's some big blobs. There's a giant stone gargoyle that just wants to rip your head from your shoulders. We do the same again, so we use Fortify Strength, because I'm switching him over to the dirt afterwards. He should one-shot this blue one, even without the boost. Because fire does more damage to water. Oh, so close. Koudelka can finish that with a pistol shot though, so that's fine. And then we want to fortify his dexterity, because if his strength gets too high, he'll start hitting for less damage. Because of the way the balancing works out. I only just realised that I think all the sound from the game is echoing. The gem pace 11 minutes, this is going swimmingly, yeah? It's, so world record disc 1 pace is 14 minutes, and disc 1 is after the doppelgangers, so I'm pretty far behind, like 4 minutes after the first disc isn't great. Oh, wait. Attack. She's not silenced. Fortify his vitality. We'll shoot the other one in a minute. It also takes the unique design decision to load in and load out everybody except for the 2 people involved in the magic every time you use a spell. I assume that's for frame rate issues or something, but it doesn't do it from physical attacks, it's only every magic attack. So it takes time to load those people in and out of the game. Jesus, he keeps getting sent flying. I don't need to do this. That's probably not very efficient in terms of time, but I ain't got much of a choice. He's going to have to switch over to the normal Dirk now. If it was a water Dirk, it'd be perfect. Weapon, switch to the normal Dirk, and wait. Oh. And then wait there. It'll get closer to me. Once all the others are dead, the red one moves towards you. It's going to take at least a couple of hits. What we're doing. So we don't use her magic here because she doesn't have the ring, so she won't actually be sort of strong enough to do anything. That's quite low. Oh no, she doesn't have any bullets left. One more chop. Sweet. 4 vitality again. So she has absolutely no... She's got enough health. I should have waited until I've equipped these, but it should be fine. He's got the Dirk on. Switch to the Fire Hammer. Give her the Dirk. And give him the Tabar. So Mystic weapons are awful. Because they do MP damage. Mystic and Vital are terrible. So the way they calculate damage is exactly the same as normal weapons. Obviously, MP will be slightly different. I think they probably just divide it by 10 or something. But your vital weapons are... Oh, I didn't sort out my splits. Yeah, so Mystic weapons will steal MP from the enemy, and vital weapons will steal health. But if, say for example, a normal hammer would do 500 damage, the vital weapon will deal 250 and heal you 250. Unless they're a zombie, then it will swap it round. Oops. Magic. Fortified tornado. Fortified tornado. We don't want to hit her yet, because if we push her back, this won't do enough damage. 572. Either that's a low roll with good stats or a high roll with bad stats. We'll find out. Oh, that was nice. I think she's silenced because she didn't fall over. Yep. Just gonna have to physically attack it. Oh yeah. They make some strange noises sometimes. It's the squelchy ones that do me. Sometimes you hit them and they go... And it's like, oh, why are you so wet? That should kill. Yeah. Big screen. Ignore that gold split. That is not a gold split. I'm not far off pace. Shit. 4 agility, so agility and her intelligence are both perfect. 2 vitality, 2 dex, 4 agility, 4 agility. Let's grab the rope ladder now before I forget. I've done the walk of shame a few too many times. Equip. The gem split was 11:30, right. I knew it was slow, but that's all I knew. Let's give him the rapier, because it'll make him a bit faster. I didn't sort out the formation, and the door wouldn't open either, which is irritating. There we go. Now we won't get in the way. So by now the world record's already on disc 2. I'm not even through the battle that gets us to disc 2. But again, like I say, I can beat my PB easily, even being sort of behind like this, because there's a lot of time to be saved later. There's also like a 10-minute time save or so later on. Yes, I know I'm faster, so I move magic. In fact, because I'm faster, I'll flare him. It is on speedrun.com. I think I'm 9th now. I was, at one point, I was 11th or 12th. So my first run time that I set was just literally about 12 seconds over 2 hours. I think it was 2 and 12. 1:47 puts me in 9th, I think. I think I've got to save another 10 minutes to even drop another place, so it's not very likely. That was weak. I was hoping he'd kill with that. So she'll set fire to him. That'll kill him. So the spells that they use, I know as soon as I got my record, as soon as I put my number down, I sent a screenshot to my stepdad because he introduced me to this game. I think he bought it for me for my birthday when I was like 9 or 10. We went into game and it was in like a little basket for like obscure games, and we picked it up then, and it was incredible. I loved playing it as a kid. It's solid playing it casually, but once you know the sort of tips and tricks, it's easy to sort of manipulate it. Right, we just wait now and she'll kill with a magic. He's probably got about another 400 HP. Let's see. That's terrible damage. Yeah, I should have just left her to use fire. That would have killed it. and been a lot faster, I would have saved that time. Right, I need to get my mouse ready to change discs. It's 700 damage to him because he's got no piety. So the doppelgangers are just kind of beefed up versions of the base stats from what you normally get. Vitality. Sound. There's a cutscene here when they have a little talk. The interaction, so this game's a little bit hit and miss for me in terms of the voice acting. So the voice acting is actually brilliant. Oh, I didn't thingy it. Right, here we go. Koudelka, did you find anything? Change disc 2. I've really messed up the splits on this one, but yeah, so what was I saying? So the voice acting is ace. The issue I have with it is that Edward is actually based on a real dude called Lord Dunsany. And I think he's an Irish descent dude. He's actually quite a rich man, Lord Dunsany. But they've all got American accents. Right, we flare the ghost. So yeah, everyone has an American accent, but they're all supposed to be from like England and Wales. So it's a little bit iffy, but I still love it. Edward and James get into arguments all the time about like philosophy and English literature. They chat about Lord Byron and Shakespeare and stuff like that quite often. It's really fucking cool. I probably shouldn't have hit with him. Did they attempt to correct accents? Not at all. Not even slightly. Edward just has a pure American accent. They all do. I think if anything, is run 24 a success. We're on run 27, if that tells you anything. I still haven't got past Raw. Intelligence. I've really mucked this up because that's not your level spread. But we'll keep going until it dies, I think. So we pick up the mace here. This is one of the only weapons in the game that uses your magic stats for physical. So we give it to Koudelka to make her even beefier. And then I will give... Yeah, let's give him the Mystic Pipe. We need to move people around as well. So this next boss is a motherfucker. It will get you. Oh. Go in front of him. And back. It is savage. If it's affecting your everyday life, just fuck it off for a bit. You don't want to burn out. That's it. I mean, the thing is, as well, is I don't want to play it so much that I don't want to play it anymore. And I do that often. I get really into something and I'm like, I want to do this. And that's all I want to do. And I'll go and go and go and go until I've just burnt myself out on it and I don't want to touch it anymore. There's another weird little monster. Don't know what this is supposed to be. It's got one big eye on the front. It shoots you with a big old laser beam if you let it. So that's expected. So there is like a step count as well. So if you've seen any other like RPG speedruns, there is sort of a step count. That battle there is expected. After this one, we will be taking some strange steps to make sure we don't get a battle in the next, like when we leave. We want to overstep the battle so that it appears in the next room for right, we want to increase her intelligence. Yeah, this one's a funky dude. Megalith. I very occasionally put the stats I need, Fortify Mind, into the split so I don't forget. So if we boost her intelligence and her mind, we should be able to two-shot this with 2 Megaliths. But it hits hard itself, and its little stabby legs will... I've not put the right weapon on or anything. Edward's gonna die. He's supposed to have the axe on to beef him up with all that hell. And she's not even hitting close to enough damage. We'll see what happens. But Edward should be switching to the Tabar. And now his base HP is nearly doubled. And just give him that high potion so he doesn't die. Because the little legs, they can do just a singular attack, which does about 180. Or they can do a multi-attack, which is 4 hits all around 180 to 200 damage. Or it can just use magic, which is about in the middle, just between what the two would do. Megalith. And this has so much physical defense, there's no point in even trying to hit it. It's going to cast another spell again, because you can see it's like dropped its legs. Is that enough to kill? That's killed it. Lovely, I thought I was going to have to hit it again. So that was 30 seconds faster than my PB. Just that segment. Right, we want to get some vitality just in case we don't get the armor. And he needs some dexterity. He needs a bit of agility. And some intelligence. I am winging this like a motherfucker just to see what happens. This is not how you're supposed to do this at all. 1, 2, oh shit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1 to make up for the fuck up, and an extra 1 just to be sure. Right, so there should be an encounter in this next room around here. But because I stepped around in there, it doesn't appear there. We go into this room full of treasure. The thief laments about how much he wants to steal it. The priest calls him a thief. Winging it's the strat. Do you know what? I've been thinking the same about QK as well. Just winging it's the strat. Yeah, the priest berates him for trying to steal shit. Again, they talk about different philosophers and writers. I think what happens there is Edward quotes Lord Byron just out of nowhere, and James recognizes it. And he's like, excuse me, what did you just say? I wasn't supposed to look at that. That's going to slow me down later. Now we should get a battle in here. We want armor and just legs. If we get it, you'll see what I mean. There's the iron statue. And then why am I not getting an encounter? This has happened before. Wasn't too bad. Normally mashing triangle, like, helps. This is not the right battle. We're just going to run. There's no point in lingering around. We can get XP from somewhere else and hopefully get the item we want. Come on! This is why we can save time. The sprint can't... So if you can go down to wait and it will skip your turn. Or if you try and escape... I mean, I'm trying to escape anyway. But in boss battles, if you try to escape, it's faster than going down to wait and pressing X. You just press circle X really quick. And if you like frame perfect, you can pretty much get it bang on like that. So, yeah, you just press circle X really quick. I wasn't supposed to do it there. Just so you could see it on the... There's a rhythm to this mashing. There we go. When she gets into this kind of stance, you get battles pretty quick. Oh, is that what you meant by the sprint cancelling? Not the, I thought you meant the escaping through the battles. Yeah, the sprint cancelling, I think, I don't know any proof for this, but I think it rolls the RNG round faster for battles. It, like, increases the danger value. We just want to wait with both of them. She wants to set fire to the armor. And then we megalith the... I don't know what this dude is. It looks like a dude who fell through glass, but his wrists are bound together, and one of the arms is missing. Like I say, all of the bad guys in this game are like ghosts of some sort and spirits of tortured people here. So you can imagine the kind of stuff that was going on if we're seeing a body that has no head, full of glass, both his wrists are tied together, and one of the arms is severed at the elbow. Oh, and for some reason he has hooves. That did nothing. But we don't put the axe on him for power, we put it on him for HP. Just for vitality. Ooh. That's painful. I don't have any more healing items. Just please, Koudelka, get a turn. Megalith should kill. There we go. Now we'll get a level up here. And we want to put all our points into... I'll have a look at the difference, actually. You need to keep your mind and your intelligence within 20 points of each other, otherwise the damage starts going down. 22, 34. Let's put 4 into this. 4 into vitality. 4 into his agility. There's the mail, that's what we wanted. So now we equip Koudelka with the armor. And now she has something like 2,200? I didn't check. But now I feel like I've wasted some of my skill points into vitality. If I'd have just gone with intelligence, we'd be beefier now, and this fight would be easier. So, you just wait. Wait. Oh, that wasn't what I was supposed to do at all. Tornado. Magic. Fortify intelligence. You were both supposed to do that. I wasted that. Oh, she's been knocked back, so the damage will go down a bit. She may be paralysed, which is why she hasn't gone. Either that or she is just that much slower than those two now. Yeah, we got one of the intelligence boosts off, so that'll do. 1, 2, 1. That's awful damage. Wait. I was always under the impression that this was a monster weak to fire when I was a kid. Ooh, a little double whack. Just in case. That's not going to save him. Well, he's got no magic anyway. Oh, I'm a muppet. Mind you, might have saved his life. He's supposed to have the bowgun on. With the bowgun, he might be able to kill. Hey! Vitality, agility, intelligence, evil horn, which is now going to be James's weapon. It's big, it's heavy, but it increases his magic stats. Which isn't too important yet, but we're slowly building him into a support caster. He's going to cast spells alongside Koudelka. And we need to run through here. We need to pick up a little statue of an arm on the way. This can be a bit fiddly to grab. There we go. Up these stairs, and we're going to get shot at by a Polish fella. Don't know why it's relevant that he's Polish, but they do mention it a few times when they're having a conversation with him. Edward's going to go first, I think, and he's going to need to reload that bowgun. Items. Bowgun arrow. Wait. He's going to shoot Koudelka, but it's going to do fuck all. Say fuck all. It still did a lot of damage, but she was saved from the damage by the armor. That is just chip, because this doesn't always kill. That still didn't kill. It's alright, it gives her a bit of time to flare the other one. That'll kill the boxes in one. Now this dude, for some reason, is immune to all damage. All damage misses from magic. Not immune to all damage, he's immune to all magic, and he's immune to all damage. Can you load your unloaded weapons in fights? No, but it is usually quicker than going into the menu and fucking about with that, especially when you get their agility up so high. I want to wait. Don't want to waste his shot. Break the boxes, please. Oh, fuck off. I just wasted time waiting then. Elias is going to take 3 shots to hit to kill, I think, because of just how little damage he's doing to those boxes. 775. I think he's got about 2,500. Yeah, James isn't very happy about it, but he's alive. Can't do anything with her, can't do it with him. And we literally just wait. Come on. Oops. Pew. One more shot. I'm not sure why his weapons are doing so little. Probably because I put more points into his vitality or his agility than I should have. She's still alive after 2 rounds, which is unreal. Shoot him then. Ugh. Nah, it's not like Golden Axe, is it? So no, you can load them back up from the menu, but then you've got to go into the menu, use it. She needs speed. She's very slow. Right, dexterity. And get his mind. Now we talk to him. And during this conversation, James talks about... What does he talk about? He talks about, like, the goodness of God and all the rest of it. And then Elias is like... I think Elias is a Muslim. He says something about, I don't pray to your God or something like that. It's never actually... I don't think it establishes who he prays to, but it just says that he doesn't believe in Jesus and the Christian God. And then, surprisingly enough, Edward shoots him in the face and kills him. There's a lot. He's ruthless. He tried to kill us. Got what was coming to him, which is fair. But it obviously takes James by surprise. So we go up here. We throw this bolt back. So we had to go and fight Elias first because he drops the red key, which lets us back into the room. Did you honestly kick my mouse over? Thankfully. Ain't like everything else. So yeah, Elias drops the red key so we can come in here. Now there's a badge in here, which is an accessory to replace one of the rings. I always forget to give the ring to James. Fire ring. Give her the air badge. Give him the fire ring. Her stats are now just 1k. She's 22 instead of 22 points different instead of just 20, which is a bit awkward. There's also a fight in here where we want to fight a cat. Believe it or not, just a black cat. It's a random encounter. We'll have one encounter on the way out as part of the step route. Usually up at the top corner here. That's the cat we want. Now the cat, when you kill it, it can... Oh, I didn't do my splits for the mask either. Should have just... Oh, I'm a muppet. See, that's the problem. Getting into the habit of escaping instead of... I don't think this one's going to go anywhere. And if I keep going, I'm not going to have an actual chance. I did get the armor. Let's restart. And let's... I don't want to update my splits. I haven't beaten my best time, so it's just a muppet. Let's roll from the top. In the groove now. Yeah, I've got my buttons back. I was struggling a lot with just remembering which buttons to press. But I'm back in the swing of things now. Oh, helps if I restart on the right disc though, doesn't it? Change this to disc 1. then restart. And it's silly mistakes like that which make Kaizo a bloody nightmare for me. There we go, we'll put him more centre stage, eh? Let's go. Woo. So yeah, I've got this game, but the PAL version and the NTSC version are very different, not just by frames per second. The way that they built the PAL version is they built it around... The world record is done on hardware. Reverb plays on a PS1. And he does really well with switching the disc saver. I think he just has them ready to hand. And then because there's always a cutscene, usually a cutscene before a disc change, and you've got to press start to skip the cutscene, you can like one-hand the joypad, get ready, press start and skip the cutscene, and then as soon as you skip the cutscene you can start changing the disc. Because the disc is only being read for the cutscene data, really. Is that another 4 shot? Jesus. Right. I'm not having it. I refuse. 4 shots are like 1 every 10 runs. I shouldn't be having this many this often. But my next stream will be back to Pokemon. I'll be cracking on with some more Platinum Kaizo. I think I'm just after or just before Barry on my last run. Sweet as moonshine. But yeah, I think he's got the disc change down to a T now, so you can hear him as well when he's playing and he's streaming. He pops the cover, you can hear him go ch, and it's a quick swap. That's it. Rushing to rock nails me. I've had really good boxes recently, and I've just trying to fly ahead too fast. Like I feel like I've already done this. I need to move on. But although I have already done it, it's with a completely different set of mons, different circumstances, and the fights are like the first few fights aren't too bad. Pretty much, even the clowns now. As long as you prep for them, and you've got, again... Why are my damage rolls so bloody low? Yeah, so I just tried to like, fly through. I've had 2 Squirtles last night. 2 Squirtles at, is it 217, where you normally get Goldeen? I had Squirtle there twice. And Squirtle is a monster. I really like Squirtle. And I just flubbed it. There we go, a little flash of grey. Means I've skipped the cutscene. $119, that's good. I don't think that's enough to 2-shot, because I think you have to do a 126 and a 133. Or something along those lines to get it in 2-shot. Like I say, it's 255 HP is what it has. So this will kill though. I've done enough damage over 2 shots that a third one has to kill. Can't roll low enough. Not bad. That's a better start. Panacea, please. Roman nuts. Roman nuts are just a full, it's a full life. They're not full heal. Max revive. I was trying to think of the Final Fantasy equivalent, but as far as I'm aware, Phoenix Down, there are no items that bring you back to life. Phoenix Down will only ever do minimal HP. I think 10% is probably like the most a Phoenix Down does. In some games it's 1. In Final Fantasy 9 it's anywhere from 1 to 9. I think in Final Fantasy 8 it's 10% roughly. It's not quite. But yeah, Roman nuts will heal you for 9,999 and bring you back from the dead. Don't think it heals your MP. Not 100% certain on that one. It doesn't tell you that it heals MP in the battle, which I would assume means it doesn't. And if you die in battle, you come back out of the battle with 1 HP, so there's no need to use them outside of battle. And then you'll notice as well, so when I come out of that screen, this game has semi-tank controls. So it's a little bit Resident Evil without kind of being tank controls. So sometimes when you're switching through Dark Pipe, the light hammer is dog shit. It's Koudelka, Pikachu, or Ash. Koudelka's Ash, and Edward is Pikachu. Little bit unruly, but eventually they become good friends, and they make a baby at the end of the game. You don't really know they make a baby, it's kind of hinted at. And then in Shadow Hearts, the follow-up game on the PS2, you meet Koudelka and she has a child. And it's heavily implied that is Edward's child, but Edward leaves the next day and she never sees him again, as far as I'm aware. Although I say Koudelka's Ash, Edward's more like Charizard. And then James is like Brock. He's just kind of along for the ride. Got his own agenda. Looking for Nurse Joy. See how the plant got its turn before Edward this time? So we got 3 spells in a row. We had the plant spell, then Koudelka's spell, and then the plant's done another spell. So we have to attack. Try and escape. And then she has to magic it. It's really awkward as well, because some menus memorize what option you were on last, and some don't. So the main menu, with like your attack, move, wait, that'll always start an attack. But when you go down to magic and press OK, that'll then go to the last spell you used with any character. No, it's just having a drink. I'll move a bit quickly for you. Cheeky bastard, hit and run. Skip this. So we drag him up, and the thing about James is he's an entirely hateable character. He's so pompous and uptight about the fact that he's a religious man and you two clearly aren't. He makes it very clear that he looks down upon you because you don't believe in God, and he thinks that you're idiots because of it, and he assumes that Edward's an uneducated tea leaf. Oh, so close to getting the stairs without the battle, but this will probably be the guy again. Oh no. Nice. So we just want first turn, run away. Yes, lovely. Yeah, if you don't run into the wall on the left as you get about halfway up that corridor, you get an encounter there, guaranteed. If you're running straight down and you go past like a certain point there, you'll get a battle. But if you run into the wall and then swap over at the end, for some reason, it doesn't trigger straight away. You can get up the stairs and not have the battle trigger until you get right up to the top. But then it's a bit iffy, because most of the time I've had it will trigger the battle at the top of the stairs, which is better because you've got a chance for those blue dudes I was talking about earlier with the messing around and wasting time with the rags on them. And less likely to get stuff like the bugs, which are absolutely useless. They're faster than you, so they get to move first. It's just a whole thing. This is where I normally expect a battle. Didn't get one of the last two. There's some armor, though. If we can get early armor... Let's move forward and set him on fire. Wrong one. Muppet. Right, if he hits Koudelka, I'm fucked. You just need to wait. Probably should have just run away. This pipe poisons, which is nice. Good thing as well with the dark pipe, or an earth pipe, is that you don't have to swap weapons halfway through the gems fight. Hopefully this kills him. Stops him from using that spell. Yeah, there we go. Oh shit. She's fine. This is a massive waste of time. I shouldn't be doing this. Because I won't even get the armor. That's the worst thing. No point in doing that with them. Don't die. Yep, she's alive, but she's not dead. Blob. That's it. So we'll be well behind. Battles take forever in this game. So 11 minutes for beating the gems is not... If we don't get the armor, then we just reset. Nah. Unfortunate. Early armor is a risk. You have to... change how you distribute your sat points later on. You still need a little bit of vitality for when Koudelka goes alone, but you can delay that a little bit until after the Elias fight. And get some vitality after that. So then you can boost up her intelligence and her mind and make sure she's super strong and quick up to that point. And then give her those extra points later. Is that nice little man? Do this first bit with one hand so you can get some love. I didn't get armor. If it had dropped armor, I'd have carried on going. But I wasted so much time in the battle trying to get armor that it wasn't worth carrying on if I got nothing out of it. It's a huge time sink. But it's not very often you see the armor. So I thought I might as well go for it. There's a Discord where we chat about Koudelka and Shadow Hearts speedruns. I'm not a big... I've never played any of these Shadow Hearts games. This is just, like I say, a childhood game that I loved. But we've been discussing it in there. If you manage to get the armor early, there are some potential time saves and strategies you can go through to maybe even beat Reverve's world record. Maybe. You'd have to get really lucky with some of your rolls and getting the armor and stuff. That was better. So the ideal weapons at this point are fire and water. You equip the fire weapon straight away and kill the plant, and you keep the fire weapon on while you kill the water and the green gem, so the blue and the green one, but the fire hammer won't do that much damage. So then you swap to the water hammer and run up and two-shot, because you'd have boosted his attack and defensive stat, his strength and dexterity before that to help him one-shot the blue one. But the hammer you get, when you equip it to Edward, it can give him anywhere from... You can end on anywhere from 30 to 36 strength. And then I think it's either 19 to 20 dex. Maybe it goes up to 22, I'm not sure. So when we equip the weapon, we're wanting to look at something like 36 strength and 21, 22 dexterity. Just to maximize damage output. Doesn't matter what element it's got, they're the numbers it will get. Equip. Fire hammer, perfect. I can't tell you the amount of times I've started a run, and instead of getting a fire hammer or anything, I'll get 2 mystic, or 2 light, or a mystic and a vital. Mystic, vital, and light are your worst enemies. They will not be used at any point for any reason. Dark isn't so bad. I'd say dark. I think that dark does have like a slight modifier to it. That was really bad. He should have done loads more damage with that. As long as she does about 300, he should be able to kill 280. He needs to hit hard with this one now. Come on. Not hard enough. I think she might be able to kill with a gunshot, but I won't risk it. Let Edward hit it one more time. See, there's a lot of dropped inputs in this game as well. You saw me mashing X, but it doesn't always pick it up. So he's 36 strength, but his dexterity's really low. He had 19 instead of 21. I think if I'm honest, I think they have a maximum threshold anyway. I don't think you could ever get like in Pokemon, if you've got 31 IVs across the board. I feel like in this, I don't think it could do that. Maybe it can, but I don't think I've ever seen like a hammer with 36, gives him 36 strength and like 21, 22 dex. It's usually like 33 strength and 21 dex. But this is all speculation. I've tried to have a dive into the code and have a look at how the game works, but I honestly can't work it out. Everything runs on MIPS, which is... I think it's MIPS, which is the weird hardware language the PlayStation uses. Your characters have IVs, or do they always start? I think they always start with the same stats. And it's just the weapons that kind of have their IVs. The weapons and items, all your armor and stuff. The good thing is things like consumables will always do consistent HP damages. What are you whinging for, Biscuit? You want some belly rubs? You're gonna have to wait a little minute. Is that okay? Go up the stairs, lot. Get upstairs. What's wrong with you? Grab the Dirk. If that's a water Dirk, that's what we switch to instead of the dark hammer. But at the moment, It's okay. No reason to whinge. This battle is really early. I say there is a step count, but it's not perfect. It is a little bit iffy. Like, this battle shouldn't be here. I don't know why it is. Ooh. That's down there. So in this cutscene here, I didn't mention it earlier, but they stand around, they have a little chat, and bullets come flying through the window, straight at our lovely protagonists. And it turns out Elias is across the way, taking pot shots at us with his pistol. James obviously has zero self-preservation instincts and decides to just go and have a look out the window while Koudelka and Edward drop down to the ground. Come on, Biz. Right, fortified decks. We'll do decks first. Now, if we high roll, we should kill the blue one shot. Nope. Did it again. Same again. 6-6. I think it was 660 last time. 2 more damage. And then he can fortify. Do his dex again. Because he's got 36 strength. So that should be enough to clearly 2-shot the green one. See where we go from here. It's his turn now. He just wanted some love. Wanted a cuddle. Can't attack, but she's got health. So she's not silenced, is what I mean. 2 attacks will kill. It's 4-5-5. So we can't shoot the blue one because the green one is sitting right in front of it. Sadly, it doesn't work the same way for us. I've tried it many times. The game says no, I do not give a shit. Right, now I need to move here. We need to switch weapon. Let's kill this blue one. That's lovely. Saved some time on the attack animation, well, the magic animation. Just wait. Now, changing a weapon does not take very long. And it should get a turn back pretty quick. Yeah, there we go. Bosh. Can use magic on James now. It always round robins as well, so it'll go Koudelka first, then Edward, then James. Which is why it's really weird in the doppelganger fight that Edward kind of shuffles along to stand in front of Koudelka, even though he can clearly hit Edward. Let's kill him before he gets his spell off. A little bit slower than PB, but that's okay. I don't know if that's if the microphone's close enough. Hopefully that's still picking up. Vitality. Sound. Right, Koudelka is really hurting. But we heal herself. Then we equip her with the ring and the dirt. You can go back to the fire hammer. You can go to the fire tabard. And then we tool Estelle on Koudelka. And when we level up after the mummy fight, they will all heal. And this is the possession scene. I didn't check what my intelligence was. If it's 30, we should be able to kill with 2 tornado spells. If it was 29, we will definitely need a second hit from Edward. First hit from Edward. Oh, we're slower anyway. We've got 25 speed. Tornado. Move him up and in front. She's silenced, so we're just going to have to run forward and attack. What is the dirt? I didn't check its element. It's not good, whatever it is. To be fair, it's probably not worth her attacking. Nice, she walks forward, so that wastes her turns. Come on. We'll see this run to the end. It's not been a bad start. I'm only, what, half a minute behind. Yeah, she's not as fast as I'd like her to be. Not as fast, not as powerful as I'd like her to be. She's fast enough though. Yeah, there we go. And then he just needs 4 agility. Get the ring. Grab the ladder. And then we grab, so we equip the earth ring. We give him the dark pipe. Oh, shit. I also need to shift him. So right there, that cutscene is we see like a very pale young girl, probably like 8, 9, 10 years old. And she's giggling away and she's like, "Come with me, follow me." And she walks over that edge, and Edward nearly walks over with her and falls to his death. But yeah, she's a ghost. She's not real. She is real, but she's not alive. So he just nearly followed a ghost off a precipice. Always a creepy kid, yeah. It's not a horror game if there's no creepy kid. I'm gonna go flare here. Edward can move up here. Bosch Koudelka. Sends her flying, but now she'll die to the magic. Edward will run all the way over there. Fortify Vitality on this one. Probably a waste of time, actually. So this kills Koudelka. So the general consensus is you should use Koudelka to use magic on James twice first to kill him. But Koudelka's so slow that you can kill her before she gets any spells off, which saves a bit of time. I think I was trying to say earlier, so when they do cast spells, they'll hit everybody in adjacent lines as long as they're close enough. So anybody in the same row as you or the same column. Which means that at the minute, Edward's in a bit of a precarious position because him and James can both take damage from the same spell. But Flare, hopefully that kills. That's fine, he didn't get knocked back. Ooh, 270 to 170, that's bad. If this kills James, it was worth it. If it didn't kill James, it wasn't worth it. See how they're both getting hit by the same spell? If James doesn't get out of his row or column, or then he'll also take another... They'll both also take damage from the next spell because he'll target James. Punch. Ooh. Knock him backwards, that's fine. They're both very low now. That'll kill him. I don't know how I did this fight so fast last time. That's killed him. That's not great, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It just means he won't get the XP from this fight. Or he might do. I thought that they won't, and then they die and somehow level up anyway. Like 2 minutes behind, but that's fine. Going to equip him with the tab on now. He's supposed to do it in the next fight because he needs healing. She can heal him to full because her stats far outweigh his. Another little chat. Change this to this too. Mouse was on the floor, I just had to use trackpad. So there's two things you have to do. You have to see the text that says you see a pile of corpses, and you have to pick up the pistol ammo. Otherwise, this cutscene doesn't trigger. As a kid, I had no fucking clue, and I just ran around for ages, fighting stuff, leveling up. I thought it wouldn't unlock until I was a certain level or something. Turns out that is not the case. How much will this do? Not a lot. And I knocked him back, which is bad. You should be able to move forward a space and kill him with one more. Oh, please don't silence her, because he does not have the capacity to kill you. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Just one space. Just to increase that damage. If he gets to move first, it's great. But nope. Come on. He must have like 10 health left. Sound. Well, I should have split that a bit earlier, but no worries. Yeah. Get him all agility. All agility. Now both of them will be faster than her when she's got the mace. Okay. Give her the mace and it's 34 to 40. How do I equip it with? Why does that feel wrong? Feels really wrong. Feels really low. I mean, it can't be, but... Yeah, what weird creatures are we going to get next? Just a severed arm and a skeleton. It's a very shaky skeleton. That's going to hit her. I didn't move my formation round. It's a good job we had this battle beforehand. And it also hit James first. Yeah, we have to shift the formation because the damage it will do to Koudelka is just devastating. You leave him there, stepping back one as well. I want to focus all damage onto Edward because he will do nothing but use that one spell. So we're still on step count. This one's actual name, at least to my knowledge, is Mad Fly. I don't like that. And I always thought that he had like weird chicken legs. So he's angry chicken legs to me. Magic, Fortify, Intelligence on your girl Koudelka. Same for you. And then Magic is Megalith. He will need healing because he can't take a 3-hit attack from it anymore. See how much we do. 1, 4, 6, 8. Don't think that's enough to kill. We will see. Items. Choose a potion on yourself. Sound. See, so that's just one hit, 183. We can take that. It either does 1 or 4, and there is no rhyme or reason to why. It just does it. That should push her damage over the top to do the extra damage needed. It didn't. Fuck. I mean to push it back. I wasn't paying attention, I was looking at stream shit. Looking at my layouts and stuff. Oh, I get distracted too easily. It's dead anyway. Sound. So it saved a bit of time there. And we can still save some time here. Give her 4 intelligence, 4 vitality, and give him 4 dexterity, 4 vitality, 4 vitality, 4 agility. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 more for good luck. That was 2, but who cares? So if you fuck it up, you get the battle in there. If you don't fuck it up, you get the battle in here. And if you really fuck it up, you get the battle in the next room at the bottom of the stairs, which is about as bad as it gets. Because that's just before you need it. Grab the bow gun. So just as you step onto that little metal wire frame thing, that's when you get the battle. Didn't look at the sign this time, which is good. Hopefully get the battle around now, in between here and the lion. Like that. Armor and legs. Fucking ghost. Right, we run, and we force another encounter, and we pray for the armor. Oh, I did pick up the lion statue. We don't give a shit about the teddy bear. That's some stuff in there for the little ghost girl. Come on. There's like a really particular rhythm to it. Wrong battle again. Run away. This is where we do get some reset heavy shit. Gonna give him the bowgun now. Just to speed up the fights. Oh god. So normally I think you probably reset at this point, but I could still get PB if we get the right. If we get the armor next. See, this is why we don't like random battles. They are just so bad. They can eat into your time just trying to run away. Let alone battles that you've got to fight. There we go. Armor and legs. So we tornado the legs first, and I think he can shoot the armor once or twice to kill it. Shoot the armor. Twice. You just wait. We don't want to run. If we try and escape, guaranteed we will escape first time. So knowing where all your weapons and armor and inventory is quite important at times. That didn't kill. Come on, hit him and kill it. Don't mess me about. 81 damage. That's how close it was to being dead. Give me the armor. I'm going to act as if we're getting the armor. Should have got vitality there. We got the armor. Yes. So it's not great timing, but this guarantees the run makes it most of the way to the end. Whenever it says something's not right when you enter a room, there's a boss. In case that wasn't clear. We could have some good luck with Elias as well here. So wait. I didn't mean to wait. I was supposed to fortify her intelligence. Magic. Tornado. He's going to fortify her mind. So if I do her intelligence anymore, that'll push it over, I think. Knew Edward would die. We can revive him as long as we move forward. If the monster walks in line with Edward, we can't... Oh, he's silenced. Fuck. Don't think I've got anything to bring him back to life. So we just wait. Edward's just gonna have to go without the experience, I'm afraid. That's Megalith, that's the wrong spell. Fucking genius. It's gonna wallop him now. Oh. Didn't. This isn't good. It's going really badly. It doesn't help that I've just made the mistake of using the wrong spell. Didn't realise it did fuck all. It's still silenced. It will wear off eventually. Right now, magic, revive, Edward. Now he's dead. Right, now it can't get around them, but if I stand here, it can't get to me either. There. It's got to walk all the way around them. You can't walk in line with the enemy, they can't walk in line with you unless you're dead. Don't silence and we're good. Say good, we're not going to do enough damage to kill, I don't think. She's so slow. Gonna die now. Oh, lordy. That battle went to... That was my fault. If I'd used Tornado instead of Megalith, I would have been fine there. But I think that's where I'll leave the stream for today, guys. Thanks very much for joining in and jumping on, and especially you again, Josh. I appreciate your time as always. Let's get Biscuit a little chicken foot. We didn't do well on the run, but he still deserves a treat because he's a good boy, aren't you, Biscuit? You want chicky tots? Eh? This little man, you want chicken tots? Oh, he loves the chicky feet, doesn't he? Let's. Yeah, I will catch you again. I will be doing some more Platinum Kaiser and some more Koudelka runs. That's two things I've got running at the minute. And eventually, when I set it all up and I work out a decent way of doing it, I'm going to run Final Fantasy IX with the Brady Games strategy guide. That absolutely terrible one that just references an online website that no longer exists. Although I did find, doing some research, that it's been reconstructed by guys from Reddit, as with most things. They've found all the details and they've rebuilt the website from scratch. So you can still use the Brady Games strategy guide with all of the codes and everything that they reference in the guide, but the actual Play Online website doesn't exist anymore. So without Reddit, you wouldn't be able to use the strategy guide properly because half of the information is online. But that's quite interesting, so I'd like to see how much you can complete of Final Fantasy IX, considering how much I do know about the game. But that's my big project. That's my plan. So I've got Platinum Kaizo on the run. I've got this speed run, and then the Final Fantasy IX project in the pipeline. So follow for more. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And I will catch you again next time. Thanks very much for your time, guys.